now give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you very much, Chair. We thank the Chair of the Security Council 1540 Committee, the Permanent Representative of Mexico to the UN, Juan Ramon de la Fuente Ramirez, for his informative briefing. Because this is your first statement in this capacity, I would like to wish you every success in leading this subsidiary body of the Security Council. We trust that you will conscientiously fulfill your functions as chair and provide fair mediation for the negotiations within the committee. We also thank our Indonesian colleagues, headed by Permanent Representative Jani, for working as chair in the challenging year of 2020. Mr. President, the Russian Federation unfailingly attaches great importance to Resolution 1540 as one of the few universal instruments in the area of the non-proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. The resolution is inscribed into the foreign policy strategy of our country as a priority. The successful implementation of this resolution on the national level should be facilitated by the efforts of the relevant committee of the Security Council, whose mandate includes monitoring its implementation and coordinating work on the global area to provide technical assistance to countries who need it upon their request. It is important to remember that although the 1540 committee is acting on the basis of Article 7 of the UN Charter, its terms of reference do not include coercion or imposing so-called services on member states. It does not affect the sovereign rights of states to define ways to implement its provisions. Much remains to be done to implement the basic premise, namely the implementation of Resolution of 1540 by all and in full. Unfortunately, the committee continues to experience the negative impact of the force majeure of the pandemic, which has caused many areas of the non-proliferation agenda to suffer. However, we are convinced that these involuntary but necessary pauses should not undermine the effectiveness of the committee's efforts. We all face an important task to complete the comprehensive review of the implementation of 1540, which was begun last year and which is mandated by Security Council Resolution 1977. We trust that the activities that form part of this review will be as productive as possible and will allow to increase the effectiveness of the implementation of the resolution and the work of our subsidiary Security Council body and its group of experts. The main goal, in our view, is preserving the spirit of cooperation that is formed around the resolution. This is particularly important given the current upheaval in international affairs. The resolution remains one of the few islands of stability and non-confrontation in multilateral diplomacy. A priority area in the work of the 1540 Committee should remain the provision of technical assistance to states. It is vitally important for the committee to be able to effectively act as a central coordinator for global efforts to implement the resolution and to define the goals and priorities of such work. On the whole, we are convinced that we are all interested in increasing the effectiveness of the committee's work based on the unifying principles laid down in Resolution 1540. Otherwise, disagreements in this non-proliferation forum will be exploited by those against whom Resolution 1540 is aimed. Non-state actors, including terrorists, who seek to gain access to weapons of mass destruction and WMD materials. Thank you for your attention.
I thank the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation for his statement.